He's not a president, he's a mob boss. As far as I'm concerned, if the government gets shut down, there'll be damage to the country, there'll be damage to the financial system, but we're not running a government, we're running a criminal organization. So let's talk about this. So on the highest level, from the national level, we refuse to stand by our NATO partners. While Russia is sending planes and drones over Estonia and Poland, Trump does nothing. He doesn't even flap his gums over this. I've read a story today that said he's cutting back on arms shipments to Europe. This is disgraceful for countries that had stood by us in our times of need when we needed them and asked them. Trump does nothing but kiss up to Vladimir Putin. He does nothing but let Netanyahu bomb the hell out of Gaza because he wants to put a Trump hotel right there. Meanwhile, he's blowing fishing boats out of the water in Venezuela, and he thinks this is what a president of the United States does. It's a shame. It's a crime. So let's talk about what's going on. First, in Utah, the FBI has reported that there's no link between the shooter of Charlie Kirk and any leftist group, period, none. Meanwhile, a U.S. attorney in Virginia said that there was no credible evidence that Latifah James had defrauded anybody on mortgage applications. Trump fires him and sends a note that got released to the public by mistake to the Attorney General, who's his lapdog, saying that we need to put somebody in there who will bring a criminal indictment because he knows that James has done something wrong. These are supposed to be independent people. They're supposed to be representing the United States. They don't represent Donald Trump, and we know the person who did already arranged for Giselle Maxwell to get to a Club Med prison in Texas because they're hiding from hiding all the pedophilias that had used Epstein to conduct their business. Meanwhile, Trump dropped the criminal investigation and indictment against Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, because he wanted him as an ally. On top of that, we know that criminal investigations, or at least investigations against Elon Musk and his companies, were dropped. We know that investigations against other companies that are high-tech sycophants and contributors to Trump have been dropped. We know that Trump has been grifting the American public with his cryptocurrency, and Saudi Arabia bought $2 billion of his cryptocurrency, and immediately thereafter, Witkoff and Trump decided that NVIDIA could sell very high-tech chips to Saudi Arabia, or the not Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, with no guarantee that they wouldn't go to China. Meanwhile, the story came out today that the FBI in an operation had Tom Homan accepting $50,000 in cash in exchange for future guarantees of contracts to people if Trump won the election. So that's what you can, it only costs you $50,000 to get favored treatment in this administration. Of course, it has to be in cash. And this is what we're getting. As far as I'm concerned, it's not a government, it's a criminal organization.